Shalom. First and foremost, call halal Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Also, peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. So, back again with another lesson through the spirit, man. You know, going into these wicked elites, we know right now that they're having the their secret council over there in Davos, Switzerland, which is the headquarters of the World Economic Forum, headed by your man Klaus Schwab. And what they're doing over there is they're coming together with all of these top elites of the world. Your Bill Gates, your Elon Musk, Klaus Schwab, of course. They're young global leaders, and they're coming together to decide what your outcome is going to be in the coming months and the next year, right? They're coming together to conspire what false flags they're about to cook up. Klaus has been talking about raging power outages that are going to come, that are going to knock down the grid, right? So we've been seeing it. These devils have been coming out openly, boldly now and telling you what their plans are. They have absolutely no shame in their game. You know what I'm saying? Because they know what time it is. And the men of the Lord, the prophets, we know what time it is as well. So we know that they're about to move and, you know what I'm saying, ramp up what they got going on because their time is short. So going into the article, it says, why an absence of A-listers at Davos is not just deep trouble for the World Economic Forum, but for globalization too. The World Davos thrived and is disintegrating, and the summit has fewer heavyweights attending than years gone by, as the era of globalization itself appears to be ending. And globalization, I don't know why it's saying it's ending here, because really what they're doing is they're going for a global system. You know, that's what they want to do. You know, they want the whole earth to be under one consolidated, centralized power, which is going to be headed by the beast, right? Which Esau is the head of the beast system. You see, so they're meeting over there in Davos, which I believe Davos is the highest point in Europe. You know what I'm saying? Which also represents Mount Seir. All right. So it says here, Davos, the World Economic Forum, and its founder, Klaus Schwab, have become more famous than ever before in the past couple of years, albeit not for the reasons they might have wanted. As CV spread and the world battled the pandemic, Mr. Schwab and the WEF, not to mention regular delegates such as Bill Gates, became the subject of a suite of outlandish conspiracy tales, most of which came back to the premise that they were hell-bent on world domination. Now, let's deal with this devil Bill Gates, man. You know what I'm saying? Why the hell is he at this meeting? Why is he at Davos? You know what I'm saying? Because it says here that he's a regular delegate. So whenever they do have these meetings year after year, he's one of the people that show up there. Now, when you consider Bill Gates, this guy is a computer nerd. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude is known for dealing with computers and software and stuff like that. So what the hell is he doing at the World Economic Forum meetings deciding the fate of humanity? What the hell is going on there? But see, you have to keep in mind that because he's the software guy, you have to understand where these devils are going, man. They're working with this central bank digital currency. Everything is going to go digital on the grid. So having a guy like Bill Gates there with his expertise and knowledge and how to integrate computer software with human, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have virtual reality. That's what these are. What do you think the metaverse is all about? Merging man with machine, taking away the real reality and fabricating something that's not real. You know what I'm saying? Like when you watch the movie The Matrix, when Neo was in the Matrix, it seemed like it was a real world, but it was all an illusion. It was all basically in his mind, running off of, because he was plugged up to the machine. You know what I'm saying? So the reality that he was experiencing while he was in the Matrix was not really real, but to him it seemed like it was real. And then when the one dude had ate the steak, he knew that it wasn't a real steak, but the fact that the real reality was that the world was pretty much run down. There was no steak. There was no real comfort. He would rather have been inside the Matrix. I forget his name, but I believe one of the quotes he has said, ignorance is a bliss. You know what I'm saying? Basically meaning that, okay, I know that this steak is not real. I know I'm not really eating this right now, but the idea of partaking in this, luxury of times past is better than my actual reality, which is what they're conditioning you and all of humanity to accept a false reality. They don't even want you to eat real meat, man. They want you to eat bugs. They want you to eat impossible meat, right? But not to get off topic, but going back to Bill Gates, right? This nigga is plugged in with the WEF, with the World Economic Forum. And he's forwarding the push to move towards this man merging with machine. Okay. Which this all goes into the MOTB. All right, because when they put that CHIP inside of you, all of your information is going to be on the chip. It's all going to be through software. The hardware is going to be the chip, but all of your information, your medical history, your carbon footprint, your UBI, universal base, all that's going to be on the chip, man. And if you don't get it, according to Revelation 13 and 16, then none might buy or sell. So what does that mean? You're not going to be able to be a part of this devil's system. You're not going to be allowed to function in the system unless you take his mark. All right, which we continuously here teach that the mark is the RFID micro CHIP. And that's plain to see, for those that have the spirit. But it's not a coincidence that Bill Gates and Elon Musk, the guys like that, are plugged into what's going on in Davos, man. It all should make sense. Okay. And it says on the premise that they were hell bent, which they are hell bent on world domination. Okay, because you see, really, these Edomites, these top level elite Edomites, their goal is to gain the birthright. All right, all of what they're doing is to gain the birthright, man. Okay, Esau wants his birthright back, which Esau, you sold your birthright for one morsel of meat. And then when Jacob came and got the blessing, now you want to, double back. Oh, please give me a blessing. Is there only one blessing, my father? You know what I'm saying? Esau being a damn demon, man. Here it is. You said, what is my birthright going to profit me if I be dead? So you ain't give a damn about the birthright. You ain't give a damn about what your descendants would have. You was selfish. You see that? Esau was selfish, man. He ain't think about what would happen to his offspring and his descendants, about what blessings they would have. He said, well, if I die right now, it's not going to be of no use to me. You see? So really, Esau put himself in that position, but now through left-hand means, through Satan, now he wants the blessing back. And he's fixing to do that by destroying the Israelites. But the good thing about it is, the good news is that we already have the victory. Okay? Yahweh's chosen people already have the victory, man. But this devil has to go through the course of his motions to do what he's going to do. Because these things are already written that he would do this. So he has to fulfill prophecy, but at the end of it all, he's not going to fulfill it. You know what I'm saying? Esau and, Klaus Schwab and, these top level elites, man, they're not going to fulfill their enterprise. Okay? But going into that point of world domination, let's go here to Psalms 64 And no matter of fact, yeah, Psalms Psalms 83 and verse 3 says, "They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee." So it's not just what they're doing right now with this WEF. This is global. That's why it's called the World Economic Forum. You see, so this is a global thing. All nations that conspired against the Israelites are a part of this conspiracy. That's why when you look at India, they're on board with the central bank digital currency. China is on board with the central bank digital currency. Okay? The whole world is pretty much on board with it. Jamaica, these Caribbean nations, Mexico, man, all of them are moving towards this digital system. All right? So all these nations are confederate with Esau. So it goes on to verse 6. It says, "The tabernacles of Edom." Notice how Edom is the first nation that's mentioned that were confederate against the Israelites. Okay, so Esau is running this thing. All right, as it is written, Esau, on the Salakia, Amalek is the first of the nations, which Amalek was the grandson of Esau. All right, so it says the tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites, the Arabs, so-called Arabs of Moab, the so-called Chinese, and the Hagarenes, right, which is the tribe of Ham, Gebal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have holpen the children of Lot. Selah. See, so all these nations have conspired together with the Edomites to come together and take to make the name of Israel of no more remembrance in the earth. So when you go back to the article, it says they're hell bent on world domination. Well, you're damn right that they are. All right, because they want to gain their kingdom upon the earth through Satan. It says, leaving aside the lower detail of these stories, they seem to have missed the most important point of all. Far from becoming more powerful than ever before, Davos is failing. It says, at its core, it is a 4-day long meeting of business people, politicians, academics, campaigners, and yes, celebrities up the mountain in a Swiss ski resort. There are speeches from world leaders, forums where people talk about the big issues of the day, from poverty to climate change to inequality, and countless meetings and parties outside the official WEF cordons. It says bankers come here to meet potential clients. Once again, the central bank digital currency, okay? The central bank, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, all of these tech gurus are here at Davos to discuss how they're going to move forward with the next phase of their agenda and do deals in hotel suites. Politicians have quiet bilateral meetings with their peers and with business people. But there are two overarching reasons why Davos matters. The first is convening power. It stands and falls on whether it can persuade enough influential people to come here so that the other influential people can rub shoulders with them. There you go. Klaus Schwab on the right, Bill Gates on the left. All right. So, hey, all these guys are plugged in, man. All right. And this is the globalist, satanic New World Order agenda that's being put in place right in front of your face. All right. And the prophets of Yahweh Basham Yahushua have been telling you, starting with our elders and apostles, been sounding the alarm for decades. And now it's here. All right. The scriptures say that these things are written are for an appointed time, man. That these things will come forth when the time is right. And the time is right now. Okay. The Most High is having prophecy speak louder than ever. And so much so to the point where you can't ignore it. All right. So that's all I'm gonna get out of this article. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but for those that's in the spirit, you can clearly see that there's a very sinister agenda at work here, and men such as the man on the right are the head of that. All right, you got that devil, Klaus Schwab's right hand man, Noah Yuval Harari. He's been speaking some very blasphemous things against the Most High. Basically saying that we don't need the Most High anymore, that we are gods now. Speaking of the elites, because they can now create the future and outcome that they want for humanity. So pretty much that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is now obsolete. You see, so these devils have spoken great words against the Most High, and then you're gonna see that blasphemy go up to the next level. All right, as these devils continue to unfold their agenda, you're just gonna see a just blatant disregard, disrespect, and just outright blasphemy against all that is righteousness. Okay, and this is the man of sin. All right, Esau, Edom is the man of sin, man. Okay, no other nation upon the earth is pushing these agendas other than the people that you see here. Okay, and that's just plain to see. So, and another thing, speaking of, I mentioned earlier with Klaus, this nigga Klaus, man, where Klaus was, speaking about the coming rolling blackouts that are gonna come. Okay, now this is just me speaking as a man, but I believe that once these blackouts do take effect and the grid is severely hit, because brothers have done lessons on how there have been these mysterious attacks on certain power grids across the U.S. and Europe, how, allegedly, as they say, people just go and they short out these power suppliers to where people are left without power for days. You know what I'm saying? They've got them up and running now, but they're saying it like it's just random people. But nah, these things are all planned. You know what I'm saying? They just doing a test before they actually do this thing full scale. So when these blackouts do come and the power grid is shut down, the banks can't operate, right? You're going to see these devils, man, come in, and that's going to be their opportunity to say, hey, well, the grid is down, truckers are not moving, people can't get gas, whatever. So what's going to happen from that, man? Famine is going to ensue. Okay, the price of your cost of living is going to go up even more than what it is already, which is going to put a strain on people's pockets, especially their mental health. All right, you're going to see crime increase even more. Okay, listen, man, society is going to go into a purge-like state. And then from the chaos that's going to ensue from the blackouts, from the famine, from the civil unrest, and then these devils are going to come and bring their solution. They're going to say, okay, well, you got laid off your job. You can't afford to make ends meet. Well, listen, we can give you universal basic income. Right, so all you have to do is take the CHIP, or you can get the Neuralink in your brain, right? And we'll take care of you. All you got to do is just accept the mark, and we will provide all of your needs. We'll provide you housing. We'll provide you food, clothing, all right, energy, anything that you need. Just all you have to do is just sign over unto the beast. That's what it's going to be. Order out of chaos, order out of chaos. That's what these devils are working with, right? So we know how they're going to cause you. You know what I'm saying? They're going to wait until society, Salakia, breaks down to where you're really going to be left with no choice but to side with the beast, but to take this man's mark. Because for the people of this world that have no faith and no knowledge, no relationship with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, you have to understand and just look at it from a logical standpoint, man. what other hope are they going to have? Because these people don't believe in something that they can't see. These people need to believe in something tangible. So when they see that there's a tangible solution to their problems, they're going to run to that. Especially our people, man. Yo, Jake is going to run to Esau to take his CHIP. Because a lot of people, majority of people have no idea that the CHIP even exists. You see? I mean, you have Edomites that know about it, Edomites that speak about it, but Jake has no idea what's going on. Jake is through. See, so when Esau come with that CHIP, it's a wrap. All right. But yeah, I mean, that's just me speaking as a man, because I can see where all this is going through the spirit. That's why they're coming together, having these meetings, man, because they're like, listen, we need to figure something out, because we know where we want to go, but it's just we have to figure out how we want to get there. All right, and that's what these meetings are all about. All right, so let's get some scriptures. Psalm 64:2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and not fear. Verse 5, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. Okay, so this is speaking about the secret counsel of the wicked. What's going on in Davos? What's going on every single day with these devils? Okay, their secret counsel, trying to come up with new devious, ingeniously wicked ways as to how they can oppress humanity and further their satanic agenda. All right, verse 3, it says, who whet their tongue like a sword. Now, when you whet something, if you whet a sword, to whet means to sharpen, right? So when you sharpen a sword is what? A instrument of war. Okay, you don't use a sword to slice butter or slice bread. You use a sword to chop somebody's head off, man. Okay, so David is likening the tongue of the wicked like unto them sharpening a sword, man. Okay, so their words is warfare. Okay, because when you go back to Genesis, the 27th chapter, Esau's blessing was the sword. By the sword shalt thou live. So this man lives by warfare. His very being is warfare. Everything that he does goes back to warfare. Right? When he tells you that, when Klaus Schwab comes out and tells you that you will own nothing and be happy, guess what? That's him declaring war on you. That's a declaration of war on the people. Okay, because he's basically telling you in a very subtle way that we're gonna take everything from you. You're not gonna have sovereignty as an individual. You're gonna belong to the beast. You're gonna belong to the state. That's what they telling you. And now it's like they're not even trying to hide it no more. Now they just coming out and saying it. Right? And bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. And their words are very bitter. Okay? Their words are as bitter as can be. And once again, they don't give a damn. Okay? Because they know what time it is. They know that they don't have that much time left. So what's really the point to be covert? What's really the point to be covert and try to be sneaky with it, man? No, they just gonna come out and be over the top. Just look at what Klaus has been saying. Just look at what Noah Yuval Harari, Bill Gates. They're just open with it now, man. Okay? It says they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares. Okay, and all the things, all the laws that they're setting up on the books to do away with free speech. They're shadow banning on YouTube and other platforms so they can drown out the truth with their version of the truth, which is nothing but lies. Okay? Laying snares, man. Communing together. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. And that's what they're doing in these meetings, man. They're searching out iniquities. They're searching out evil. They accomplish a diligent search. They're trying to search out the best way to where they can get their wickedness off. See? Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. And the heart of every one of them is wicked as hell, man. Completely satanic. All right? And they shoot at secret. They shoot in secret at the perfect. So they behind closed doors discussing how they're going to take down the Israelites, man. How they're going to finally do away with the Lord's chosen people. And when they go to execute these things, what? They're not going to fear, okay? Because the Most High is going to put His Spirit on them to bring these things forth and not shy away from it, okay? So, yeah, the scriptures describe these devils to a T, man. See? Yeah. Yeah, Proverbs. Okay, Proverbs 4 and start at 13. It says, take fast hold of instruction. Let her not go. Keep her, for she is thy life. Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it, pass by it, turn from it, and pass away. For they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. See that? But the path of the just is as a shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. The way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble. So the scriptures say that these people sleep not lest they have done mischief, and their sleep is to so they can't even rest. They can't rest unless they do some evil, man. You see that? Versus when you consider the righteous, the hopefully elective Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, if you go out and do some wickedness, you can't sleep at night because that's going to be on your conscience. You see, but these devils, because they are the wicked, all right, they don't have a conscience. They don't have any feelings, because when you consider what they're doing, they're destroying majority of the inhabitants of the planet Earth, and they go to sleep at night, sleep peacefully, and wake up the next day and conspire more evil. You see? So they are pleased and content to bring these things into practice. All right, that's why I say it's for they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. So wickedness and violence is their food, man. Okay? It's like you wake up in the morning and you eat breakfast. It's just normal. To them, doing wickedness and then violence is normal. It's a way of life. It's just like you don't even think twice about it. That's just their nature that the Most High created them to be. You see that? So anyone who, can't see that we're about to come into some very things are about to change. Okay, things are about to change very, very soon. The world in which you once knew, the pre-2020 world, man, that is coming to an end. All right, since 2020, we've seen drastic changes to everyone's daily life. And people still haven't gotten over it, man. People are still holding on to the dreams of pre-2020, but we are at the very end now to where these devils are going to put their secret counsel out in the open. Okay, and all of this is being discussed right now as we speak in Davos, Switzerland. Okay, so we just have to keep watching the news, keep on, bringing these epistles out to the hopeful elect, so that we can prepare for the inevitable that's coming, and Lord willing, we be equipped with that full armor, man, when we be strong in the spirit when these evil days do come. We're already in the evil days, but they're about to get eviler. So hey, may Yahweh Bashem Yahushai be with his hopeful elect through this all, man. And our belief, our hope is that we already have the victory. It's already written. But we got to go through these things and endure to the end. So with that, just wanted to go into this real quick. Hopefully this lesson was edifying through the Rakah Kadash. In closing, call halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash. And until next time, shalom to the elect. Come Yasha Ali DTA and the Bible Ball. Shalom.